Hello, pirates. Hello, pirates and friends of Pirate Chain, friends of crypto, yes, friends of freedom, friends of privacy, huge. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good time acknowledging, celebrating, worshiping, in a sense, freedom and, human organization. Freedom and human organization go together. Otherwise, we're just state of nature. And yes, that in itself is its own thing. And yes, we could talk about the slavish desires and the needs. I mean, hunger, slave to hunger, and all these things, right? Slave to sleep, all these things. But really, the freedom is in our organizing and our economic activity, being able to transact with each other and create things, build things, trade them, use them, provide services to each other, make our lives incredibly luxurious as they are now. Well, there is definitely a noose, though, that feels around the neck, tightening noose. And that's just a metaphor for the grip. It might not even be a noose, it's just these cold zombie hands that are just gripping the throat of each and every one of us who want a breath of fresh freedom air. Oh my goodness. Discourse, our thought. Where am I going here? This is Friends of Price Charts. Friends of Price Charts, let's welcome in and take a look at what's happening here. Because you know what? I could go on for days with that, but we don't need to. We're here to look at these Pirate Chain price charts. First, though, this BTC just telling us what is the mood for the week here. What is the mood for the week? The mood for the week looks like it is sideways. It looks like it is positive moving to negative momentum. It looks like it's gonna do its best to hold these levels here of the low 30,000s. Okay, that's really where we are, and that's reflected weekly here. All right, so indeed a pause candle. It looks like maybe the close will be below these bodies, maybe the close will be above the bodies a little bit, but in this range it looks like is the safe zone. Otherwise, anywhere below, the 33, the 32, if you start closing down there, well, that better be the closing before an up week. Otherwise, here we go. But we've talked about before that it can roll over continuously. However, when we look at our lagging indicators, we do see there is room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into August for sure. There is room for some of this momentum to slow down, die down, and negatively and move into positivity. However, that could result in big dumps. All right. Just recognize that that's possible. Recognize that we're in some strong support levels here that are must hold. However, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Make sure you're safe in terms of your allocations. And I just want to point out that we are moving into a confusing territory. Friends of Ichimoku, we've got the BTC price lagging indicator here. The lagging span is going to be touching this price activity. All right, the only way it wouldn't is if we were to shoot up, above these all-time highs, or at least above these 42 to 40, about $42,000 levels. Then at least it would be above here. But then it's again, yeah. So there you go. Like we're going into a time where just expect continued negative momentum. Yeah, but other than that, it's like I said, enjoy the ride because it's not too much longer. Keep your mind focused on the things that matter and what you need to do. Okay, all right, including stacking that R. If that's part of your game right now, then you are in a good position to do so. We're just looking at this for the chart, and we're seeing some flattening here. Oops. We're seeing some flattening here, and we're seeing good buying support here. Okay. However, we also saw good buying support here, and it did lead to quite the moves to the upside, but they were not sustainable. So anyway, that's something to consider. Is this going to be just the beginning of a move up, which turns over into a further move down? I'm not sure, but we're looking for this level over here around the 20-day moving average, around the 8,000 Satoshi level. This is the zone that we're looking for as a rebound zone. All right. And we are going to look for that zone as, let's see what type of confluences we get. So we're going to take some retracement levels from that body to that body, and nice, that fits between the 38.2 and the 0.5. So that seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, let's go for that. If we're getting a retracement, that's your level here to look for. Okay, so for those of you who want to play short term here, you're looking at a good 20 to 25% for yourself there. Okay, I mean, why not, right? None of this financial advice, but that's just something to consider as we turn around RSI. Now, this doesn't prevent us from having a further dump quick, because we have this 200-day moving average, which is calling us over here. But again, that could be part of an up move and then a further down. But if we're looking at it that way, we want to really count, let's say if we're calling this some form of impulsive move, or even a combination of like a zigzag here. It looks like that zigzag has completed, but within the zigzag, there could be a further pattern which itself needs to complete before the whole zigzag itself could be considered over, and then we move on to the next movement. So remembering that July 12th is coming within this week, right? It's the 5th of July, so we've got 7 days. And we've got a turning up of the momentum. Let us see if we can get something of significance beyond the July 12th. Otherwise, that might just be a turn up, and then July 12th might be a further move down. But based on what we're seeing here, this week is probably going to be a choppy week, figuring things out, and then let's look for that July 12 date time frame as significant for a move back up here. All right, that might be all that it is. And if that move can then consolidate and find a further move up to like a 10,000 Satoshi level, then that will be the next type of target. Maybe intermediate would be around 9,000. So yeah, there would be, this type of landing zone we would be looking for. Okay, and that itself, would be from here, roughly the 50-ish, 55 at the top. All right. Anyway, that's in Satoshi's terms. So that's the R, BTC, and that's basically the idea. If we want to check a little more short term, we look 4 hour, and we see there is some squeeze coming. There is this trading action above the 20 period average. We did get a nice wick down and rejection there and back up here. So that is a sign of strength there. Let us look for a testing of the upper Bollinger Band and then a move up. And then, yeah, so that would bring us to the levels for sure. I don't see why not. All right. So there you have it. There we are. And there we want to go. Well, the first levels are going to be a challenge. Okay, we might not make it to these levels based on the 4-hour chart first. Based on the 4-hour chart, we might only make it around here to these levels here, around the 7,000 levels, and before finding a little bit of difficulty continuing higher. But that higher range is in the works eventually. Just not clear on the timing. Okay, still a little bit as yet unclear. However, when we look at, again, these indicators, we see, okay, we've been in positive momentum territory for quite a bit of time now. So again, yeah, maybe it's not going to have the steam yet. It'll move into some negative momentum territory for, you know, whatever, a day or two, and then it'll be back into the groove for the upward trend. That's the hope, the look. If at all it breaks down below this 20-period average, then really expecting a dump. But we've been down in the dumps quite a bit, enough, and so time to take it into a higher range now. All right. Okay, so that's that. And we would just, the last thing we would like to do is check out the weekly candle closing. Wow, here's the green one is this week. So the candle did close below the 20-week moving average. Okay, so let's take a look here. Yeah, there is the correction so far. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can get back above that 20-week average. That'll be the indication here. If we can have the candle closing higher, that will be all we could ask for at this point in time. All right, so there you have it. Our BTC still has a ways to go on the weekly chart for clearing out this negative momentum. Okay, we're just starting to really build that sense of negative momentum, at least, but it's a lagging indicator. And this RSI has never been below even here, this 40 level. So let's see what ends up happening here. It'll be an interesting time for the pirate chain and all of the crypto, really. Yeah, it's interesting how these markets work. I hope you're enjoying yourself, learning things, and growing along the way, growing in your wealth, maintaining your health so you can enjoy it. Yes, and of course, all the wisdom you need in order to navigate. Okay, so that's the RBTC. I think we are done with that. Now, with our USDT, it's really following the Bitcoin price as well, but you know, definitely below the 20-week moving average. This zigzag pattern. I'm gonna just check here with this fib extension. So if we were to take, let's say, around the 618, so $1.75-ish, even down to $1. Like if you were to see $1, like that would be because the markets are really in a heavy downturn, or it's just a really strong crash flash, in which case that might be more evident on the in the candles, but then that will lead to a slightly different measurement. So, you know, we're nearly done. There's going to be a retracement to the let's say to the $3 level, but when is that coming? It's hard to say. It might need to come down to into the $1.70 level first. You know, it's just how it is. So enjoy, keep stacking. This is financial advice, but you know, it's fun, and that's what we're here to do. Have some fun, and of course, keep sailing the seas, adventuring, learning, all that good stuff. Awesome. So we'll take care for now. We are done here. Pirates, be well. Until next time, love, peace, and happiness to all. Goodbye.